Hello, everybody. Welcome to Sendai. This is, they would call, considered to be the capital of Tohoku. This is the capital of Miyagi Prefecture. It is the biggest city in Tohoku, and they have a pretty vibrant nightlife. And despite this being a pandemic, the COVID-19, we were invited to partake on a tour that will take us to some of the bars, but in a safe way. And I'm really excited about this. I think Japan's situation is a lot different than those other places around the world, especially here in Sendai. So we're going to take all the precautions in the world because I want to be okay. This is a shopping street called the Shotengai. Good evening, everybody. And through this shopping street, I'm going to be taking you and to another world. This is a retro world. An alley full of little bars. And right now it's still pretty early. It's about 6:30, 6:45 p.m. in Japan. So all of our friends in the United States are asleep. They're going to wake up to this one. Sendai is a place that I used to come to quite a bit. I used to live in Iwaki in Fukushima. Sendai was one of the closest big cities, and so I would come here. Look at the trees inside of this covered Shotengai. So I'm going to be meeting Jess. Jess is living here in Sendai and kind of a tour guide for this area. I'm kind of excited about that because having local knowledge is the best way, right? So hope everybody's doing good and ready for this. So we're gonna visit a couple of bars and eat some food, and we're gonna do this really quickly. And here it is. Check this out. This is Bunka Yokocho, which is right off of the main shopping street. And I believe this is Jess right here. How you doing, Jess? Good. Welcome to Sendai.
Deep Sendai, I should say.
Deep Sendai.
Yes, we're taking you on a trip through time back to Showa, Japan. Showa Sendai today.
Showa era. Showa era ran all the way before World War II, all the way to about 1989, right?
Pretty much, yes.
Yeah.
70 years of history in this one little area alone. But are you hungry and ready for some drinks?
I'm definitely thirsty, and I certainly can use a bite to eat. So.
Okay. So yeah, today I'm going to be taking you on a bit of a bar hopping cruise around sort of the local alleyway areas of Sendai. So it's a much lesser known area than the main sort of central city area. Not many foreigners kind of tend to drink here. It's more for the salarymen and workers after they've finished a long day. They'll come to this area to have a quick drink before going home. And yeah, so today I'm going to take you on a bit of a walking tour, and we'll visit two different like izakaya bars.
Oh, awesome.
Yeah, so hopefully you've got an empty stomach or an empty-ish stomach.
I have to admit I've been eating quite a bit on this trip, but I always have a little bit of space for a lot of food. It's pretty interesting because you said not a lot of international tourists come here, but it's right off of the main shopping street.
People just don't really know what to kind of expect of the area, I think, so they're a bit hesitant to come on their own. But
I can see that this place really does look retro, starting with this sign that says Bunka Yokocho.
That's right.
Yeah.
So this area actually used to be next to a cinema called the Bunka Cinema. So people would come to this area to have kind of a bite to eat before and after the movie. This is before World War II. And this alleyway kind of was named after the cinema, I guess. So Bunka Yokocho. Yokocho means alleyway in Japanese. So if you're in Japan and you see Yokocho anywhere, the sign saying Yokocho, it's usually a good place to go to get some good local food.
Yeah, and Bunka means culture, right?
Yes, it does. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, so that I see how that ties up with the cinema. Knowing the history of this place sort of changes it a little bit.
Right.
It's more than just a drinking place, although it is a drinking place, right?
It is definitely a drinking place. But, yeah, a bit of a history lesson, a bit of a local culture lesson, I reckon.
Yeah.
Michael, you're a local for the night.
Yeah, Michael Sasano is joining us. Some Asahi Super Drive. Thanks, Peter from Vienna. How you doing?
Oh.
And Jeff Ang is here. Get a cold one. We might get a few of those. Jess, where are you from?
So I'm from Australia originally, yes.
All right, she's Australian, so there's a couple of Kiwis said, no, she's Australian.
Yeah, sorry. Not quite as cool as the Kiwis, but I'm trying my best.
Australians are pretty cool too.
Yeah, so down this one alleyway alone, we've got about 50 different restaurants.
All right.
Any kind of Japanese food you can imagine, you'll find here.
Wow. There's just a vibe to it. I want to soak this in for a second. coming off of here. Check this out. So you come down Bunka Yokocho and it sort of dead ends here.
Yes.
That's really interesting.
Yes, dirty place.
Roads,
Pretty good.
yeah.
Right at the end here.
Roads that lead nowhere. It kind of
Roads
ends
that
right
lead to
there.
chicken.
Roads that lead, that's even better. Roads that lead to chicken. Awesome. Well said. All right.
All right.
This way.
So we won't actually be in this particular alleyway tonight, but just show you a couple of my favorite drinking holes, just so you can get an idea of the atmosphere and everything. So one place which I would love to take you when you come back next.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, we can't get in there today. Is Genji, and if anyone of your followers is coming to Sendai, I highly recommend to. find
Genji.
This next one over here.
Oh, right there it is. Genji.
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 So this is probably one of the oldest restaurants in the area. It's about 70 years old.
Whoa, 70 years old.
And you actually have to turn off down this tiny little.
Whoa.
Right here you can see.
Wow. So this is Genji, and I gotta come back to this one.
It's,
Check that on the list to go to in Sendai.
There's actually no real menu.
No menu. How do you know what to order? I guess you have to.
You order either Nihonshu sake or a beer or a drink of your choice, and you get a small little dish with each drink that you order. And the
Oh.
dishes kind of get progressively better as you go. But there's a three drink rule, so usually after 3 drinks you're thrown out. Well, not thrown out. but
Three drinks and out?
politely- Ask politely to leave.
Whoa.
But it's a pretty awesome place. The atmosphere hasn't really changed since about 7 years ago, and only about 10 people can fit in the bar.
Oh, okay. So
That's why we can't go there
do
tonight.
you need a reservation?
You can't reserve.
You can't
No,
reserve.
it's first in, first served. Sorry. Yeah.
Oh, so the 3 drink rules to make sure that new people can come in.
Exactly,
I
exactly.
see.
And also so people don't get too crazy and ruin the atmosphere of the bar. So
And that
it's a
could be
good
me.
system. It works pretty
Yeah.
well.
Whoa. America
American
representing.
This is actually another one of the oldest restaurants in this area, believe it or not. So it's
Whoa.
1949,
Might go
so-
back down to like the times of the GIs.
I think it does, yeah. So
They're in the
pretty much
occupation.
post-war
Interesting.
Japan.
What do they got on the menu here? They have,
They have a bunch of
soup, nama beer, rice, rice. That's not American.
It's kind of like Japan cafe style food. So I usually would take people here during the day for lunch. To
Okay.
get like a omelette or your kind of teishoku style.
Yeah.
This is another one of my favorite places. This is Hassan. They're
Hassan.
famous for their gyoza. So
Ooh, I can smell the gyoza.
really good.
Come to gyoza through the screen to the people
Give it
there.
another half hour, so I think you'll have a line out the door. It's
Really?
usually really, really popular.
Interesting.
We're a bit earlier tonight.
Oh, they got some gyoza. Oh, there it is right here in the window. We can take a look at it.
Some realistic plastic models.
Those look like they are from the 1970s here. Interesting. So the gyoza here, you can get yaki gyoza for 580 yen and sui gyoza, which is a watery kind, for 650. That's a pretty good deal.
Yeah, pretty cheap. That's the other great part about drinking in this part of town is it's really quite reasonable prices for decent food. So.
Yeah.
All right, so we're going to head back into modern Sendai for a minute.
Okay, back to the modern Sendai.
Before I take you to the next alleyway.
Thank you, John Kimura and Ya Boy Gabe. Hello from Ohio. OH. Yeah.
What time is it over there? Is it beer o'clock?
I don't know if you're from Ohio. That means it's like 5 a.m. or something.
Oh my goodness.
That's pretty crazy.
Alright, so back into modern day Sendai for a minute. So this is not your first time to Sendai?
No, but I haven't been here. Wow. I used to take the Seishun Jaichikipa quite a bit when I lived in Iwaki.
Old school,
Yeah, it was about a 3-hour local train ride to Sendai. But this is the big city.
Yes, it is, yeah. I used to live in Fukushima too, actually.
Okay.
So I know this is how I fell in love with Sendai.
How long have you been living here in Sendai?
Sendai, I've been here for 4 years now.
Oh, 4 years. Okay.
Yep.
Interesting.
I was only ever supposed to be here for 1 though, so this goes to show you
Oh,
how...
Jet?
Yes, yeah.
Jet program.
That's where it all starts, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so welcome. This is our next and sort of main
Whoa.
highlight of tonight. Bunka Yokocho. So you can actually see up to the right here a big sign that says 100 markets.
100
Over
markets.
right.
Oh, right here.
Yeah.
So you can't miss it.
Yeah, so after Sendai was kind of pretty badly bombed during World War II, this was kind of the first part of town to recover. And it first recovered as kind of like a local open air market, hence the 100 market sign. And over time, it just kind of developed into more sort of permanent shops, I guess. So you've got a really interesting mix of not only bars and restaurants, but kind of specialty stores, fresh food stores, tea shops. So it's a bit of a different vibe to the last alleyway that we were in.
Yeah.
But we'll start moving through and check out the atmosphere.
All right, let's do it. Oh, I love these. I can't believe that not a lot of tourists come this way. This is crazy.
Hidden gem. I didn't even know about it until I think my second year in Sendai. And I just happened to stumble across it. But here pretty much every week now.
Oh, this is the toilets.
Yeah, so a lot of the restaurants are really tiny, so they don't have toilets inside.
Yeah,
So you have to...
that's the toilet. I'm not gonna take you in the toilet, but just a quick look. See, this is the map of this place.
Yeah, exactly, yeah.
Whoa, and then we can see actually the 100 shops
Yes, yeah,
by just looking at this
100
map.
shops.
Yeah, interesting. How many of you can read these signs, huh? That's a lot of shops. Most of them have history, right?
Yes, yeah. Well, it's kind of a nice mix. So there's some dating back...
Ah! Okay, sorry.
Some dating back about 50 or 60 years.
Oh.
And some that have opened just last week. So
Whoa.
It's a pretty good mix of old versus new Japan.
Yeah. Interesting. You can smell the grilling meat. For those that don't have smell-o-vision yet, you can smell the
apparently.
meat.
Lots of yakitori, okonomiyaki,
Yeah.
izakaya bars.
Just a quick note here. Before we started this tour, Jess took my temperature and also gave me some alcohol. And we're wearing masks and protection. And Sunday's situation is a lot different than what's going on in the United States and other places in the world. It's very important to point that out. But that is not a reason not to take precautions. Just wanted you to note that I've been monitoring my temperature for this trip for the last 2.5 weeks. It's just some precautions that I've been doing for this campaign with the JR East Welcome Pass, which is pretty cool. So I came here, of course, on the train, the Shinkansen. And Sendai is only... How far is Sendai from Tokyo on the Shinkansen?
Really close. It's only 90 minutes.
90 minutes?
Yeah. So people kind of think of Tohoku and Sendai as being really far away, but it's just up the road. So I'll just quickly show you this little interesting piece of history here while we're going by.
This is cool.
So this is kind of a remnant of the old market. You can see that. Oh, still functioning.
Whoa, shochu! Janai.
I wish. Yeah, this is kind of apparently back in the Edo period. There was about 2,000 of these wells kind of situated all across the city. This is one of the only ones that's left today. But they used to use it to kind of wash their vegetables and fruit.
This is actually... that's all right. This is actually pretty hard to do.
Yeah. Sadly, you can't drink from it anymore, but...
Yeah, that's all right. Let's look at some pictures here, too, of the history.
Again is some more post-war Japan or Sendai. This is from the Tanabata Festival, so one of Sendai's most major popular festivals, the Star Festival.
Tanabata Festival is July 7th,
well,
where...
Actually,
okay, yeah.
It is technically, but...
Tell us!
Just in Sendai, it's actually in August, so it's the first week of August, or the first, I think from the 6th of August. So we do things a little bit differently. It's supposed to kind of come in line with the Obon Festival.
Oh, right. That's good. I like the Tanabata, but it's they do it during the rainy season. So, the lights went out. Is that a sensor? I think it's a sensor. Okay. I waved my hands. The sensor went off. All right. So this is some old pictures just kind of showing off the history of this area. Again, this is Jess. What is the name of your company?
It's a bit hard to say. Tohoku Local Secret Tours.
Tohoku Local
Bit of a
Secret
mouthful.
Tours.
But it gives you an idea.
Secret! That's all you need to know.
Yes. Off the beaten track, like local experiences.
That's right.
Okay. So I think I'm going to show you a couple of other things, but we might go eat some food first.
All right.
And
I've been smelling it for the last 10 minutes. It's time to eat it.
All right, let's go this way.
Oh.
We got some mushrooms here, I believe you.
Whoa, mushrooms. Me likey what I'm seeing. That's right. Today I've been picking mushrooms in the forests of Yamagata.
too many people around yet. So this area is kind of more for like what we call nijikai, after
Alright.
parties. So a lot of people kind of go have dinner first and then come here to have a drink or something light to eat. So
Oh, there's the ladies' room.
yes, yeah. Yeah,
I mentally mark all the toilets because you never know when you gotta go.
true.
You have to know for every city. It's part of the job. Identifying clean toilets in different parts of different cities.
Come back here in just a minute.
Oh, we're coming back here. Awesome. Okay. Mentally mark there in case I drink too much and don't know where I'm going. Okay.
Get started with one of my favorite places in the whole area.
Oh, this is your fave.
One of them. I can't really choose one, but yeah. Nidaime.
All right.
Yeah, right. So this is a traditional Japanese izakaya, pub style eating, I guess.
And we are the only ones. The first ones. I like to say we're the first ones. So what's this place called again?
So this is called Nidaime, which means the second generation.
Nidaime, second generation, this means.
So,
Yeah.
Owner Karino-san, he's a second generation owner of this bar.
Oh, do they know we're coming?
I think so. They should do.
Okay, let's go inside. Wow, they got him already decked out for us.
Yep.
Awesome. All right, maybe you should, because I gotta put the camera
Oh,
here.
yeah, sure, do it.
Sorry. Welcome to a very cramped and beautiful looking bar.
Hi.
こんにちは。
盛り上がりました。すいません。This is Karino-san, the owner of the bar.
Oh! よろしくお願いします。
So he's prepared some delicious local treats for us tonight.
You have. Look at this. This looks
Yes.
great. So what do we have here? Is that tebasaki? I'm not sure what it is. I'm looking.
Sorry?
I got tebasaki. What's
No, so I
there?
think we've actually got
Got a
kind of
light
going
here.
with the theme of your travels today.
Oh right.
They've got a bit of a vegetarian theme happening. So lots of mushrooms, lots of local wild vegetables that are in season.
Oh
So
wonderful.
we'll have an explanation in just a minute.
Oh look at that. So these are all like local vegetables. I like this. So you can eat as a vegan or vegetarian here in Sendai.
You can, you absolutely can.
It's
With
good
enough-
information.
With enough warning.
Yeah.
We have another guest coming to join.
Oh,
so
okay, sure.
We might put you in the corner.
Sure.
Better.
Sure. Keep your distance. This is my area.
Okay, so what would you like to drink? It's our bar hopping tour. So
All right, bar hopping.
beer, obviously we
Sold.
recommend the local sake. Yeah, so
I always start off with the beer though. Always start off with the beer. I don't even know why. All the old timers do that too. They don't go straight to the sake. I'm serious. I'm serious.
all right, so we'll have one number beer for you.
Yes, please.
Okay. And
No, I'm not naughty. I'm in the corner for a reason. They said they put me in the corner because I'm naughty.
special people in the corner.
Special. Did you hear that? The guide said special. Who wrote that? Marty?
そう日本酒の
日本酒を2つ
生ビール一つと
生ビール1つと日本酒
日
1つわかりましたおすすめのわかりました
ありがとうございます。
Baseball's on right now.
Yeah, of course. We're the Rakuten Eagles is our local team.
Oh, Rakuten Sendai Rakuten Eagles. And the stands are like half empty because of the times we're in. But nobody puts Travis in the corner. Sorry, Travis.
Sorry, we did. But you get the best view of the counter from here. So.
That's true. We can see what's going on. 全部見えますよ。
全部見えますよ
おー。
恥ずかしい
恥ずかしい。
なんでこの店は2代目ですか？
なぜ
いや。
両親が同じようなお店やってたのでまあ 日本では両親のお店っていうか職業そのまま息子もやったら、2代目っていうふうに言われる。なのでそれをそのままお店の名前にしました。
なるほど。So Nidaime, so the parents were the first generation, and now the second generation is now. So that means まあそれで15年後3代目になるの？
今娘が2人いるからやりたいって言ったら多分30年後ぐらいじゃないかな。
30年後、はい。
3代目。
Yeah. So I just kind of turned to the second generation, maybe the third generation, maybe in 30 years. They're still young. They have to earn it. They have to earn it. Let's just take a quick look at the food here. So we're gonna try to eat as much of this as we possibly can quickly, because yeah, I have a light to annoy everybody else here, but since we're the only ones here.
手前左側からごぼうの天ぷら。
Okay. Gobo, which is burdock root.
真ん中丸いものが玉こんにゃく。
So this is konnyaku right here. Awesome.
で手前側右側がさつまいもを本当は甘じょっぱくするのが正解なんだけど、うちのお店オリジナルの大学芋。甘くないでしょ。
Original kind of a satsuma imo cooked thing. Original for this place.
なぜ大学芋という名前なのかは私もわかりません。
We don't quite know why it's called this.
奥がニラダレっていうタレがかかってるのが風呂吹き大根。
Oh, so this is daikon or Japanese radish over there.
で真ん中がキノコの煮浸し。
Nibitashi, which is a mushroom dish.
でこちら側がホワイトセロリとほうれん草と春菊のおひたしです。
Oh, white celery. This looks great. This looks so healthy. Too healthy. I have not eaten this healthy in ever. So, no, since Kanai last cooked, I should correct myself. Oh, wow. This tempura looks amazing. This is gobo, which is a burdock root, and the daikon, Japanese radish. Konnyaku, which is kind of a gelatinous potato. Yeah, it's really good. Just make sure you chew it well, because it can be a choking hazard for little kids. I don't know. This potatoes and white celery and mushrooms, and I'm starving, so this is great. Wow.
Yeah. So this kind of set is pretty standard here at Nidaime, but every time I come here it's a different menu. So just whatever's in season, whatever they've got on hand, they kind of bring out the best.
Oh, so it's seasonal, the cuisine here.
Absolutely,
awesome.
Yeah. So that's one of the good things about Sendai is it's a big city, but it's really close to the countryside. So all of the ingredients are super, super fresh. You've got the ocean only a 30-minute train ride away. Mountains behind us. So
Matsushima.
Yeah, Matsushima Bay. It's beautiful.
I love that place.
One of my favorite places. Oh, I didn't say that. All right. Well, will you kanpai?
Kanpai.
Kanpai.
Kanpai to the local over here. Kanpai into
Kanpai.
this person. That's actually Kiara's. Sorry,
Secrets.
Secrets.
I hope you guys at home have something to kanpai with as well.
Yeah, kanpai to all of you out there, wherever you are in the world, probably Europe since US is asleep. What is a tour like? So I'm going to talk this way. What is a tour like these days because of the pandemic? How are things going?
Yeah, pretty slowly.
Slow.
Obviously, there's not a lot of international tourism coming out. That's usually our main kind of guests, our international travelers. But yeah, since the pandemic happened for a while there, a lot of the shops were also closed for about a month. But things are kind of slowly starting to get back to the new normal.
the new,
Yeah, so the locals are still out drinking again. We've had a couple of guests that live in other parts of Japan, like yourselves, that have come recently. But yeah, it's a much quieter tour this year. But still a lot of fun, so all the more good food and drink for us.
Slowly it'll get back to normal, and I haven't left Japan in a very, very long time. We just simply can't do that. Let's try some of this food here. This is the burdock root, which is tempura. All of this is grown in locally here in Tohoku, right? So.
All local. Yep, it's so good. Yay! Glad you like it.
It's so good.
Yes. Yeah, that was a really interesting one actually.
No, tempura has some oil in it, so it gives it a really juiciness to it. Burdock root is actually very crunchy. So when you temporize it, I don't know what the word is. You put it in tempura.
That's a good word. We'll go with
Temporized.
that. Temporized.
It softens just a little bit, but it's not to the point where it's mushy, and I like that. There's some crunch to it, which is good. This is the satsuma imo that I just showed you.
Yay.
Oh, I love this. It's like a miso or something.
Yeah, he said it was miso. So
There's some miso with it, yeah, and some sesame. But what's great about this, I thought, was the skin gives it a kind of some tension when you bite into it, and something that you can chew after you get to the potato. So they keep the skin on it, which is really nice.
texture for you.
Mm.
Yeah, I mean today is kind of very much vegetable focused, but they also usually have some kind of like sashimi element as well, or yeah, different kinds of salad. And one of Kurino-san's specialties, if you're feeling really brave, is he provides a raw chicken dish. So it's called, yep. It's called tori wasa, so it's served with wasabi, but completely raw chicken.
Completely raw.
Completely raw.
It's not cooked at all. Not even.
Not cooked at all. Which sounds confusing, but it's actually not that bad. And again, because the ingredients are so fresh, it's safe.
It's safe.
Yep.
This is the mushroom dish. This looks so good. It's 4 or 5. I see enoki in here. Some nameko, and maybe some shiitake. This looks really good. Mmm. Tohoku has the best mushrooms. They're so good here. And this is mushroom season, so you're going to see a lot of mushroom dishes in autumn cuisine. Mmm.
Amazing.
Now, konnyaku requires, it's hard to pick up konnyaku. It's hard to pick up konnyaku with your chopsticks, so in that case you stab it. You stab your konnyaku, put a little bit of that spicy mustard in there. Oh yeah, I stab my konnyaku, and then you can take a bite. I just eat the whole thing. Mmm. Mmm.
Gotta be careful with that mustard. You know,
I just like the mustard by itself.
crying tears of joy. Oh my goodness, really? Oh wow.
You don't think I'll do it? I'll do it. Look at that girl laughing right there. She's laughing at me right there.
Oh my goodness, you're a brave man.
This is just starting this tour, huh? Ah.
Won't eat raw chicken, but we'll eat chopsticks full of mustard.
Yeah, we better get that raw chicken set up just a little bit. Can we just get a little bit of that there? Yeah, let's try it.
Might have to.
Once we introduce it. Yeah, it's all right. I got some. I'll take care of it. All right, let's try this white. Night is gone. Ah, we're out of raw chicken.
Yeah, you just have to come back.
All right, it's a challenge.
Basashi, if you want to try some raw horse meat, we can do that.
Basashi. I'm okay. Basashi. They have basashi, which is a raw horse, which has been kind of, I guess it's a little bit smoked. It's quite good. Very famous. They make basashi here in Sendai.
Yeah, it's kind of a Tohoku thing. I mean, it's pretty common, I think, in Fukushima where,
Yeah.
you've been previously, but...
I would like to see a basashi farm. I mean, what are they? How is it different? I'm interested.
horse
A horse farm, but these are different kind of horses.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
Oh, this is so good. This has some ginger in there
Yeah.
with white celery. So celery is very aromatic. It has this smell to it when you bite into it, but with the ginger,
Good.
there's a good mix with that. A lot of people, Americans will put peanut butter on the celery. Ginger is where it's at. Mmm. So, last but not least, we have daikon radish is really, really good, and look at the cut on that. Nice angle.
They're certainly not stingy with the servings.
No. Mmm. There's some spice to that, kind of like a little bit of a kimchi spice to this. It's good. Mmm. No. I know that they're not going to do small portions because a lot of business is done with repeaters, right? So people come back over and over again, so they make sure that you are well taken care of. Or places. Always well taken care of. Yes, the beer was served with an English head too. Look at that. It went all the way to the top. Some people complain.
True.
Mm.
They love their bubbles in Japan.
That's right.
I've kind of gotten used to it though, I have to say.
Oh yeah?
In Australia, we have a very strict 2-finger rule where you have to. You can't. Looks a bit dangerous, but yeah. Not too many bubbles. But in Japan, it's
Right. Also, Australian beer is more like English beer.
It's kind of between the two. We have a little bit of head, but nothing at all. And we still serve the beers cold. I don't understand England's.
I don't know. England.
It doesn't make any sense to me.
Yeah. Save money on refrigeration.
Yeah, something like that.
What part of Australia?
I'm from Canberra.
Okay.
Yes, the unknown capital city.
Act.
Yeah.
I sent some postcards to people in Australia, and I remember Act is the prefecture.
Sweet.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's us.
The Capitol building has grass on the roof. I just remember that.
We rolled down it as children.
Oh, you rolled down it? I should have done that.
Although I don't think it's allowed anymore.
Maybe that's why I didn't do that.
Yeah. Sad days, but that's alright.
So Act is in between Sydney and Melbourne, sort of.
Kinda. That's the easiest way to describe it.
So in terms of beer, is it a Tooheys New or VB?
It's a neither.
Neither?
It's a neither. We're kind of like hipster and weird in Canberra. We prefer our craft beers.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Well, it depends really, but.
When I was living in Australia before the millennium, it was a border war. It was the Tooheys New was Sydney, and then VB was, and Adelaide was Cooper's.
Cooper's Drums.
Yeah, and Queensland was 4X's.
4X.
Yeah,
don't
I know
do it.
Don't do it. And you know what? Americans, Foster's Lager represented nowhere.
Foster's is not Australian.
See?
Don't let them tell you otherwise.
See? It's Australian for beer, mate. It's not true.
It's not.
Like 2 people were drinking it, the oil cans. Ever see that?
A lot of sad Australians in the UK drink it, but apart from that, not so much. Oh my goodness, no rush. Speaking of beer, my goodness me.
Look at the little. This is good. Look at the little Oden chopsticks holders.
Yeah, it's kind of turning into Oden season now. So.
Yeah, we're just a month away from that. Oh man.
Have you ever tried an Oden wadi?
No.
It's one thing. I have to put it back on the list for next time. But
Yeah.
in a lot of the places here that serve Oden, so kind of the hot pot, I guess, Japanese kind of hot pot style.
Yeah.
They'll serve what's called Oden wadi, and it's nihonshu, like sake, mixed with the soup from the.
Oh, it sounds really good.
It's really, really good.
Whoa.
It was a bit confusing the first time I drank it, but yeah, delicious.
Kiki Miyazaki says, yes, I will get a souvenir for my wife. Kenai will be getting a big one.
Yeah.
Erwin Chong, thank you. I was thirsty. Now I'm satisfied. The reason is I want to keep this moving, so we might move on to the next place.
Okay. Hi. All right.
That was really good. Let's talk with yeah. So we always say gochusou-sama deshita to the master. すごい美味しかったよ。ごちそうさまでした。
ありがとうございます。後で来てもいいですか？あと30分ぐらい。
はい。戻ります。はい。行ってきます。
すいません。ごちそうさまでした。
She's laughing at me over there. That poster.
ありがとうございました。
はい、どうもあり
ありがとうございました。
はい、またお願いします。はい、どうもありがとうございました。
はい。
ありがとう。
どうもありがとうございました。
うわー。満足。
Hey, alright.
Part 2.
Going part 2.
Keep this moving.
Did you want to have another little bit of a walk around before we go to the next place, or?
Yeah, a little bit. We can do that. Yeah.
Okay. I'll show you a couple more of my favorite little spots.
Oh yeah. Karabi.
Karabi, yeah, all of the yakiniku, barbecue.
Oh, I can smell it.
This place I'm still a little bit too afraid to go to.
Oh, that looks deep. That banner hasn't changed since Showa era
Yeah.
too. Whoa.
Extra deep.
What does it say? Oh, Ohirayama. Oh,
Oh, Hirayama, yeah, I think
yeah.
so, yes.
Ohira-san.
Yeah, most of the places are really, really friendly and they're happy to welcome new people, but some of them are like members only.
My bag.
Thanks, Kira.
I forgot my bag. Yeah, I'll get it. Tera-chan.
Oh, see you do you like unagi? Oh my gosh.
Oh, yes. I approve.
Super, super good.
Unagi is so good. What is Sendai is famous for something.
Well, it's famous for a few things. One of them I'm about to show you, but another one you've probably heard of is gyutang.
Gyutan,
Beef
yeah.
tongue. We might just quickly duck down here.
All right, let's go this way.
Yeah, which when I first kind of heard of, I was a bit apprehensive to try it, but it's really, really good. The way they prepare it is kind of special, so it's not tough at all. Like it's really soft, tender, salty.
Oh, they don't have
delicious,
gyutan in
meaty
Australia.
goodness. I think they probably do, but it's not something that we eat that commonly. Do you have it at home? Or?
I think some places will eat beef tongue in the United States. I mean, there's places that eat everything. I think,
Oh, sad days.
Yeah.
I was about to take you to this one here, but it looks like they're closed today.
but no.
Never mind. This is one of my favorite places.
Oh, it's closed there.
It's a stand-up drinking bar that serves fresh oysters. So oysters are a huge product here in the sort of Miyagi region. One of the main producers of oysters in Japan. So you can come, actually, you can see the picture here.
Oh, let's check it out.
So you can get an oyster, it's usually like as big as my hand,
Whoa.
for 100 yen for one fresh oyster.
Sendai is very famous for its oysters
Yes.
too.
So love to come here, have a couple of fresh oysters, wash it down with some local sake.
Oh yeah, that's what I wanted. I wanted this. Hey, it's in the picture.
Yes.
Come to my
that's all right.
stomach.
No worries. So you'll have to come back for that one as well.
Oh yeah.
That's okay. Are you a seafood person or?
You mean like if I see the food, I eat it, so that makes me a seafood person, I guess.
Ask a stupid question.
Yes, I'm a seafood person. I see what I eat what I see.
Definitely in the right area.
That's right. Just keep your fingers away from my mouth.
So you can see there's a few bars, sort of themed bars. This guy's
Yeah.
rock and roll fans.
You
so
can
there's
see-
lots of posters on the
Yeah, you
wall.
can see the pots cooking right there. It smells so good. Inioi. Konnichiwa. Wow, and there's some retro things in the window here. This looks like one of Nosha Broad's dioramas.
Yeah, it's a bit of a nostalgic bar, this one.
Yeah.
Some
Nice.
pretty rare varieties of sake too.
Yeah.
Wow, I think
They're all
it's a
closed.
quiet day today.
Wow, this one's closed too.
Particularly at the moment, their days off are changing. Usually Sundays are quiet and they're open every other day, but here's a very retro Showa themed bar.
Yes, she is. These girls are from another era.
They certainly are. Yeah.
Yeah. It's kind of neat to see a little bit of old Japan, and the posters look like they were put up in the 1960s.
Pretty much.
They've kind of aged with the sun. Yeah.
This again is another
Shibamata.
place for the sake sake lovers, this has got one of the best selections of local sake in the world.
Whoa, that's a good. That's a lot of sake.
Yes.
Oh, very good.
All right, I'm gonna take you. Down
So it is. So
slightly dodgy looking place.
yeah. So all of these places, they look kind of intimidating. I mean, there's no
Well,
English
that's exactly
here.
Right. Yeah.
right?
But, I mean, if you once you go in, they're very friendly and helpful, but it's often just taking that step to go in that can require a little bit of bravery.
Right.
But
The
that's
first
kind
step
of-
is the hardest.
Exactly. So that's what we like about doing this bar hopping tour, is that we can kind of first take people along with us and kind of show them the system and how it works, and then they have the confidence to go back and
Yeah.
try it on their own next
I
time.
know how that works.
So
Yeah.
here you can kind of get a sense of the old lifestyle of the area. So back in the day, people would actually live on the second floor above their bars. Not many people live there now, obviously. The second floor's kind of become part of the bar, but
Right.
this kind of looks like a movie set almost, this area.
It does. It hasn't changed at all. Look at
There used
this.
to be an old barber shop. You can see the remaining sort of spinny barber sign.
Oh,
you
there's the
often
barber
see.
wheel. Yeah.
Yeah, now it's just a vintage clothes store. But,
Vintage clothes. They kept the barber pole. Good move.
here's another map of the area. Usually when we get to this point of the tour, we like to have a little bit of a quiz, actually.
Ooh.
So you might be able to play along because I know you've lived in Japan for a while. But this is the sign for Iroha Yokocho.
Iroha Yokocho.
Yeah, not many people know, but this is actually kind of in really old Japanese, how you say 1, 2, 3. Iroha. So if you can imagine, why would they name a alleyway Iroha 1, 2, 3? And the hint is located somewhere in this vicinity.
Why would they call this
So you
1,
have
2,
to Have a
3?
look around and see if you can find why the answer.
Wow. A quiz. It's around here.
Yep, getting warmer, getting warmer.
Well, I hear Duran Duran playing. It's not. I don't think it has anything to do with the copyrighted music. Blah 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 blah. I don't know. Is it because there's 3 rows of shops, or is there something? Hold on. Oh, 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 oh. Oh, you're pointing. That's too much of a hint right there.
A little bit too much of a hint.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Ichiban cho Nichome san. Wow! So this is the name of the street. This is Aobaku.
Yes.
Aobaku, which is the ward, and then the address is 1, 2, 3.
Yeah, pretty much.
Aobaku. That is so funny. So that's why it's 1, 2, 3.
Yes, I know.
Ah, that's genius. I love these. So everywhere you go in Japan, you're gonna find the address, and if you can't find the address of a place, go to a vending machine, and the addresses are usually on the vending machine if you ever get lost.
Yes, yep. Or
1,
on
2,
light posts
3.
randomly.
Oh, light posts. Good,
Yes.
good. That's a good tip.
Ever. If
Yeah.
you're ever lost. But anyway. All right, you getting hungry again? We might head to our...
I'm hungry for raw chicken
Yes,
and
all
sake.
right. We'll have chicken of the non-raw variety. How about that?
I like the cooked one too. Yeah.
This is an okonomiyaki place as well.
Oh, I can smell it. I used to live in Hiroshima.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That's place, okonomiyaki.
Well, who lives in here? That door looks pretty. Here, stand next to this door just so you. Yeah.
Just for-
So who lives down there?
Oh,
That did not happen.
that
Rewind.
was not part of the tour.
That's not part of the tour. But I do have a question. If you do live in this house, please contact me. I'd like to interview you. I have questions.
To live.
I have questions.
How much is your rent?
Yeah, that's what. Yeah. Is there a bed in there? How does that work?
I do feel like there's a few people that pretty much live in this area anyway. even if
What is the cost of living for Sendai like compared to Tokyo?
I mean, for northern Japan, it's probably the most expensive place, but compared to Tokyo, it's much cheaper.
Wow.
So rent's probably at least 40% cheaper.
40% cheaper. Okay. Wow. So I am getting ripped off.
Yes, and we have all the best things here, so
You have all the best things. You have
Yeah.
gyutan
100%.
and sake.
I think we might stop here and have our second.
Oh, right there. Okay, let's go inside.
Okay, so this is
Yeah.
Ishikawa. This is yakitori, so fried chicken on sticks.
Fried chicken.
Ready?
Do it. Do it.
Oh, I don't know if we can fit in the counter. Interesting. We might have to go upstairs. Are you ready?
All right, let's do it.
30円ぐらいですかね。
Alright, we'll take it upstairs.
はい、行きましょう。こんにちは。
じゃあ。
おー、狭い狭い。
狭い狭い。
Alright, the next fun part is we have to take our shoes off.
Ah,
I'll just quickly do this. And I'll hold your...
yeah, there's nothing quick about hiking boots, so. Do it. Do what you gotta do. I smell chicken.
Yeah.
初めてお会いし
Okay, hold on.
多分ハイキングブーツ入らないよね。大丈夫。
キアラ。
Alright, let's go.
Alright.
キアラと申します。
Alright, just be really careful upstairs.
This is very narrow. Just to get a look here. How narrow it is. Alright. Well, you get the whole place to yourself. Look at this.
Looks like it, alright.
Safety first.
Where would you like to sit? There's kind of a... might choose this one here.
Alright.
We'll get some shoes.
Adam Costin. Hi from California. Regis Bell made it home to your family, John. Yes, welcome abroad.
Okay, so we have a few plates of delicious fried chicken on the way.
Alright.
But what would you like to drink here?
For happy times, make it Suntory time. I just had to say that one time. It's expected.
Yay!
Very cool.
So you want some Suntory? Or...
No. Let's try some of the local sake.
This is okay? Okay, awesome.
Yeah.
Andrew, would you like it cold or hot or...
Not hot, just cold, yeah.
Cold? Okay, no worries.
Because hot sake. That I told some of the people the story of the hot sake.
Hey, yeah?
One time in Hiroshima, I didn't respect the hot sake, so it was just so easy to drink, and they only come in little vials. So I kept drinking and drinking and drinking, and I had 6 or 7 of them, and then I said to the people I was with, the staff at the English school I was working with, that I had to go to the restroom. I never came back. I was so drunk after I did the thing where I pee. I just left the restaurant and I kept walking. And on the way, this is in Hiroshima, I went up to get some purikura. I don't remember any of this. And I got it with some yamamba, some purikura. And somewhere between me and Yokogawa, which is a region of Hiroshima, I bought a Snickers bar. And I woke up in the morning. Yeah, I woke up in the morning. This is because of hot sake. I woke up in the morning, and I had all these messages on my machine that, where did I go? I had a Snickers bar that was opened up on my chest and had melted.
Oh no!
Yeah, and then I had a picture of purikura with me and some Yamamba girls that were suntanned girls.
Oh right.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
So this is maybe before your time. It was kind of embarrassing, but yet it's an amazing story. So
I mean, that sums up Japan, really.
that sums up hot sake too. That sums up the year 2000 for me. Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Very
Started the
cool.
millennium. Always
Started the millennium. Yeah.
Yeah. This is kind of your typical vibe. So downstairs in the bars is usually the counter space, and then upstairs they've got a bit more of a chill kind of
Kiara's
casual
right in the
area.
shot there. You look like you traveled all day today.
Ah, I wonder why.
Yeah. So this place is. How do you know about this place in
This
particular?
place, I just stumbled in here on a very lucky day. But no, I really like the owner. He's really nice. We'll chat to him a little bit later on the way out. But yeah, they just have a really good selection of chicken. Are you an adventurous chicken person?
I do like chicken.
Okay, because the deal is usually we ask for a selection of 5 different types, so 5 skewers.
You can't hide. You can stay there. It's too late. They see you. Have some chicken, vegetarian,
No, we
vegan.
have some special things coming for Kira.
Kiara's got some special
Some
things.
more mushrooms, probably.
That's probably safer over there.
Um,
She's not here.
in Japan, technically, Yakitori is also yakiton.
Oh, here's the menu.
Yeah, so you can see the menu's a bit worse for wear. But a lot of places, particularly in these kind of more like authentic bars, you'll actually notice half the menu is pork. So it's not just fried chicken, but fried
Right, buta
pork
right
as
there
well.
on the
Yeah,
top.
So we'll probably have a selection of chicken and pork coming.
Okay, so this is not halal or kosher.
Sadly,
There's
no.
nothing, no. People
we hope
ask.
that sometime soon they'll have those options available. But they do offer kind of a vegetarian option as well.
Oh, good.
So we'll be seeing what they bring us
So
tonight.
she's happy.
Yeah.
That's why she's over there.
Yeah.
Because we'll be eating a lot of two things.
Yes.
Pork and chicken.
Have you had any meat today?
Did I? I did have some meat.
Yes. Okay. So you're not completely starved.
I don't remember. Oh, I had some pizza that had a lot of mushrooms on it. This is for an edited episode. It was the Mushroom Factory, all you can eat mushrooms. It's pretty incredible.
Mushrooms, my
Yeah,
goodness.
we ate a lot of them.
Sounds
What else
amazing.
did I eat?
Sounds like heaven.
Oh, and I had a burger with mushrooms on it. That was more mushroom than burger, though. She's not allowed to talk. See, I think it's the union. If she talks, then I have to pay her. There's a certain amount of.
Expensive. Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Did
actually
did
that's a
I
TV
forget
thing.
to mention that about the tour as well with me?
Oh, go ahead. Yeah. Oh, yeah. The first 5 drinks are on us. Yeah.
Joking. Oh yes, here we go. Excellent. Yum. Okay. Okay. This is our wonderful vegetarian option. Sorry, I just.
Oh, this is for Kiara.
Yeah. Thank you. That's a lot of mushrooms.
Isn't that fish on the left? No, that's mushroom.
No more enoki mushrooms. Yeah.
Enoki. I hear applause. Is this meat too, or is this
Yes,
vegetables?
So this is for you. So
Oh, this is for me.
Should you want me to tell you what you're about to eat, or would you like to guess?
I see some heart and liver.
Oh, pretty good guess. Yeah. So this is liver, but it's huge and delicious, and probably the only liver that I actually like in Japan is from this restaurant. It's
Whoa, that's a
try
bold
it and
statement.
see what you
Yeah.
think. This is, I think, pork belly in a sweet tare sauce.
Nice.
This one looks like, I think, thigh meat with negi. What do you
Yeah,
call
I'm a
it?
thigh
Spring
guy.
onions?
Yeah.
This is chicken hearts.
Nice.
And this is what's called, I think, tsunagimon, which is kind of, when you look up the English, what do you call it, meaning, it just comes up with gizzard.
Oh, gizzard.
Gizzard, so it's kind of a nondescript organ-y part of the chicken, but it's really good.
Like, what organ is it?
I think it's like kind of the connecting tissue.
Connecting tissue organ.
Oh, it's good.
I took biology. I don't remember that organ.
Apparently it's from the throat of the chicken.
Oh, the throat organ.
Bit.
Okay, that looks good.
Yeah. So,
Smells good.
check it and see. And this is also
So this is
a
tare, right? This is
this
this
is
is
a mix. So you've got these ones are salt and these ones are tare.
this looks so good, and this
Yeah.
seaweed, right?
Yeah, so this is salted kombu, so the kelp, and it's served with cabbage, and it's got a little bit of sesame oil.
Yeah.
It's quite a common sort of izakaya bar food.
I smell the sesame oil.
You can go for it with that as well.
I smell the sesame oil. That bodes well.
And we have some
Yeah.
nihonshu, which
Oh, Nihonshu.
yes, of course.
Dun dun dun.
So this is a local. This is one of the Urakasumi brands. Which I think you'll be drinking some tomorrow. Actually, you'll be going to the brewery.
All right, yeah. I got a brewery tour tomorrow. Yeah.
Really good. So in Japan, I'm not sure if you've explained this to people before, but typically you're not supposed to pour your own drink. So
Okay, yeah. Please go ahead.
I will try it and
Yeah.
without spilling. Whoops, there we go. Right.
Nice. Okay, my turn.
Yeah. I am not having nihonshu, so you can pour it for here if you like.
Okay. All right, I'll pour it here for her to
Okay,
there.
yes, please.
All right.
Thank you. Awesome. Cheers.
Nice. What is this Nihonshu called? Do you remember?
So I will double check, but I believe it's from Urakasumi Sake Brewery.
Urakasumi is the name of the sake brewery. Ooh, this is for all of you. You are now standing in front of a man who has chapped hands, and also, God, everyone's always looking at my hands. And then we have some sake inside there. That looks good. That is not water.
Nope.
That's the good stuff.
It's the best kind of water.
That's right.
It's effectively water. I'm just going to grab us some small plates. So
Oh,
go ahead
that's
and,
great. Yeah, thank
get
you.
Started. Oh, do you want to-
Hope the signal's lasting okay. I see we have here Adam Costin's watching from California. How you doing, Adam? It's nice to see you here. Make sure I say thanks to everybody who's contributing to this. This is wonderful. We do appreciate it. So I'm going to tour. This is really great for JR East Welcome Pass, which is one of the reasons why I'm here. I was able to take the Shinkansen. We took the Shinkansen up yesterday to Yamagata, and today we've been taking local trains. And we came from Yamagata through Yamadera, which is this amazing temple up on the mountains. You got to go there, and I did a live stream on that just yesterday. And then we took the train, local train, through the tunnels and mountains to get here to Sendai. It was a very majestic looking trip. I'll post some pictures on Instagram. In fact, there's a 1-minute video from the back of this one-man train where one man conducts the whole thing. And the other side of the the other side of the train, you can actually look down and it's like you're floating along the tracks. You don't get this kind of an angle on any of the other trains except for these one-man ones. So it was a very special and magical trip. And Sendai is sort of like the capital of Tohoku, I guess you can say, because it's the biggest city around here. All roads in Tohoku kind of lead to Sendai, right?
I will take that.
Yeah,
I
when I was living here, Sendai was the big city, so
yeah, it still is.
it still is. It's the place to be.
Changed too much.
Yeah. All right.
Second kanpai.
Yeah. All right. Kanpai.
Cheers. Kanpai. How's that?
It's good.
Good? Yay.
Yeah, this is really good.
Yeah. Yeah, the local sakes here are really quite easy to drink. They're really not too overpowering. Particularly urakasumi is kind of designed to go with the local seafood. So
Oh, I see
we're
that.
pairing
Yeah.
with chicken tonight, but typically.
This is really good. It's very, very neutral tasting. I guess there's a little bit of a sweetness to it, but I say that it seems to hit a lot of the places on my palate, but it's more of a semi-sweet. I got a little bit of a sweetness out of it, but not much of a bite. So it's not so much karakuchi, I think, just a little bit of just a very light bite. Sometimes I like the sake that bites me back. That's the stuff that's the cheap stuff, I guess.
That's from the konbini.
Oh, this is the good
This
stuff.
is the good stuff. This is the good stuff.
I'm not used to that.
Come back to Sendai and you'll become used to all the good.
Yeah.
Good sake.
All right, let's try some of this
Go for it.
yakitori here.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah. What's your favorite yakitori to try?
Me or
Yeah.
your followers? Oh gosh.
We'll start with the.
Recently, I mean, I'm this thigh and onion is kind of like the go-to, but to be honest, here in this particular restaurant, I like the chicken heart and the liver, which I never thought I would.
We'll have some
but
heart here.
Yeah.
There you go.
Oh, this is the tsunagimo.
Oh, this is
the
tsunagimo.
heart. The heart's the next
Right.
one.
So this is the random pieces of gizzard from the chicken.
They're an interesting texture. It's really good, but it's a bit of a different texture. You can pop your sticks in the little thingy.
Mmm. Very chewy.
Yeah, kind of like a bouncy, chewy texture.
I like it. You don't look when you're eating the food. You don't think about what part of the animal you're eating. It's just really good and chewy. Cartilage, which is the knuckles, I guess, of chickens, it's also very, 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 very good, especially when it's deep fried. And there's lots of different kinds of foods that I had never eaten before I'd come to Japan. So I think that it seems pretty strange at first, but the longer you live here, the more you get maybe a little bit more daring, and you try this stuff and you go, why didn't I eat this years ago, right?
Right.
There's so many things like the first year I came to Japan, I didn't go into any of the baths because I was so shy.
No.
I know.
It's the best part.
I missed out on so many things, and eventually now I'm cool with it, and I never pass up the chance to go into another local bath. So a lot of my American friends, they'll be too shy. Go, no, I'll just stay in the room. I said, you don't have any tattoos, you don't have any excuse.
No, definitely give it a go. It's,
Yeah.
I
So we
think
go.
if I was to ever move away from Japan, I think that would be one of the things I miss the most is onsen for sure,
Yeah.
hot springs.
Do they have hot springs in Australia?
I don't think so. I think we technically have a couple in Victoria, but nowhere the same as Japan.
Right. So everybody gets a little bit of a dish here.
Yeah.
Mm.
I highly recommend. I'm pushing the liver, but while it's still kind of hot,
Oh, right.
I think.
So to keep things safe, you can turn your chopsticks around and use the back end.
Oh, these are all for you.
Oh, they're all for me?
Yeah.
Really?
Go for it.
Oh my. Okay.
We're not stingy with the servings.
Whoa.
Glossy, livery goodness.
Whoa.
Is it still hot? Ish? Okay. It's good, right? I don't know if it's like just the sauce that they put on it or what they do with it, but it's...
Before I came to Japan, I wasn't a big fan of liver, but this one is char grilled a little bit, so you have some of that charring on there, which is good. The consistency is, of course, the liver in the middle of it. If anyone has ever eaten liver, it's very soft in the middle of it. But what they've done is they've charred it, so on the outside there is a consistency that's not just mushy or soft in the middle. And it's a kind of a paste to it.
Yeah.
But it's that sauce and that charred taste to it. Let me get the other camera here. It's that charredness, the black part of it. Do you see there?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and the fact that it was cooked in a fire makes it a little bit harder on the outside and soft on the inside. I guess you can call it like the baguette of meat. I don't know. I just made that up.
I'm gonna steal that one as well.
Really?
These are good. These are good.
Things sort of pop in my head. Mm.
Oh dear. Too fun.
Roadrunner, thanks for the thanks for that. We'll get some more sake here.
Oh yeah, sorry.
Oh no, I got some here. You're drinking udon tea, right?
I know. Yeah.
That's all right. That's all right.
I'm
It's
glad.
a weekday.
Yeah. Feels like a Friday. That's
Mm.
alright. Normally I would definitely be joining you with one of the nihonshu though.
All right, more for me.
Exactly. Yeah, I think tomorrow you should have a few chances to try some sake on your walking tour. So
Oh yeah, it should be memorable. Tomorrow I'm going to be doing another live stream at the morning market.
yes, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, this is a really amazing morning market, and I'll probably be coming back to film another episode on it. It has a lot of history, especially. Were you here during the earthquake in
I
2011?
came just after.
Oh, you came right after? During the earthquake, it was a place that housed a lot of the volunteers. I remember it was because it was the only place that really wasn't impacted by the tsunami and the earthquake here in Sendai, which is kind of amazing. But this market has a really long history going back like a century. Kiara is a professional. Half a century.
50s.
1950s, so like about 70 years now, which is it's pretty significant for a morning market. But I'm gonna get a chance to take you there tomorrow morning. And if I keep drinking like this, I'm gonna have red bloodshot eyes.
They'll soon be able to tell, yeah.
Luckily, it's only like 7:15 at night, and I'll get an early night's sleep. But I'm gonna taking you tomorrow there live in a live stream to the morning market. So you're gonna want to set your alarms if you're in Japan, and if you're not, it'll be like an afternoon live stream for our friends in America. So if you're watching the playback, you got a chance to see something else.
Yes, do it.
Do it. All right, what's next on the yakitori list?
Okay, well, would you like to switch to some pork for a bit of a...
All right, let's go for the
change
pork.
up? So this is a pork belly. So again, this is in like that sweet kind of sauce. But
When do we use the spicy mustard?
good. Whenever you like, really. But I think it was mostly for the liver. Oh my goodness. That's not how the locals do it, but go.
I'm more local
Why not?
than the locals.
We're just putting a spin on everything. I love it. Yep.
It's not that bad.
No.
This tastes homemade, actually.
It probably is, to be honest.
That one
yeah.
tastes homemade. I love the spicy mustard. I could snort that. It's so good.
Give you a few more sakes and you never know what might happen next. Are you a wasabi
Whoa.
person as well?
I like anything spicy.
Oh, nice. You have to try some of the fresh wasabi. I don't know if they took you there in Yamagata, but there's a
Mm.
wasabi farm where you can pick your own wasabi and grate it up. It's so good. It's so good.
Kiara's having. I saw your O face.
Yeah.
Can I say that?
Your-
It means oxygen.
oh my god, babe.
There's lack of wasabi in my life.
Yeah, no, it's so good. So tasty.
Let's try sake. So each one of these because I think you get about 4 glasses out of that.
Roughly, yeah.
Yeah, roughly 4 or
About
3.75.
180 mils, I think.
180 milliliters.
Yes.
Very quick story. I first did a hitchhiking trip in 2003. This is when I wasn't sure I was going to stay in Japan, and I hitchhiked from Wakkanai in the north, and I was going down to Kagoshima, but I'd stopped in Morioka. It's a very long way. I stopped from Morioka. I picked up a ride, and he took me to Akita, and he asked me where I was staying. I said I was going to camp, and he said, no, stay at my house.
Okay.
And I just met this old guy. He said his wife was staying in Morioka and he wanted a drinking buddy. So I'm like, okay. So he set up a futon and he said, let's go to my favorite izakaya.
Nice.
So we went out there and of course he just drinks sake
Yep.
and we ate a lot of food. But I was drinking my sake like this, all right, like this. And the owner of the izakaya came over to me and he got really angry and he said, don't drink my sake like this. Drink your sit up straight like a man. He told me, drink your sake like a man. I said, I don't know. I've never seen anybody drink the sake, you know, like a tohoku. I don't know, like in Akita. He goes, drink it like this. Like clear yourself. Like.
Samurai style.
And after you drink it, give a little smile and appreciation and say a good at the end. And I started copying that style back in 2003. And I remember when I left, every time I did it, he was watching me and he was going like this.
I approve.
Yeah.
My work here is done.
Yeah, he changed me because he was angry and I don't want to displease. He's probably watching me right now. Akita's not that far away.
No, I was going to say it's not too far.
So for
you
him,
might run into him.
yeah, I might. I mean, he gets around.
Be careful.
Yeah.
That's awesome though. Hitchhiking in Japan would be such a good experience for those kind of stories.
Hitchhiking is something everybody should do after the pandemic.
Yeah, after for sure, for sure. But I think that's one of the reasons why I love this area of Sendai as well, is that it's that kind of spontaneous, like local interaction that you don't really get anywhere else. So it's likely that you'll be at the counter drinking on your own and you'll make friends with the person sitting next to you, and then they'll be like, all right, come on, I'll take you to my favorite bar next, and God knows where you'll end up, but it will be a great night. So it's good for that.
Let me just explain a little bit right now. Japan's situation is not as bad as the rest of the other countries. So we did see downstairs a very crowded place. Probably not the best situation, but look, a lot of the restaurants and a lot of the local business owners are really hurting. Right now they have a go to eat campaign and a go to travel campaign. Most of the locals here, when it was in Yamagata, people were like, and in Kochi as well, like, pandemic, we really aren't impacted by that at all. So this is something that is very regional in Japan. Outside of the city centers, we really don't have too much of a problem, but I've been monitoring my temperature, all the things that I could possibly do to stay safe, wearing masks on public transportation and covering my eyes as well. So I know that some people might be watching this and being a little bit critical, and I think that that's okay, but just keep in mind that the situation here in Japan is a little bit different, but don't let that mean that wherever you are watching in the world that you should be complacent. You should definitely follow the news and the trends that are happening in your own country, okay?
For sure.
Please.
Definitely. Yeah, we've been
Oh, keep going.
we've been pretty lucky really in Sendai and the Tohoku region generally. I think that's kind of one of the pluses for coming to this part of Japan, is that there is less people and a lot of beautiful countryside as well. So if you want to kind of escape the crowds, I think Tohoku is definitely a good area to come to after the pandemic, of course.
After the pandemic.
Whoa! Hi, that's my face.
It had to be done. It had to be
It was
done.
begging to be done. Hiding away in the
She's
corner.
in the background. You
We've
can't
swapped
hide.
corner duties now. Yep.
You cannot hide from the camera. I
Yeah.
find you stalking me
We'll
at
find
haunted
you.
houses. If you haven't watched that one, you have to go check that out.
Haunted houses.
Yeah, it's another story.
Another story for another day.
She moved an item in a house. I was not aware of it. I thought it was a ghost, and then I saw
Wow,
got out in the
well,
stairway.
There's some pretty good stories in this area for that kind of thing too. So.
Tell me a little bit about this area. So you've been doing this drinking tour for how long? And
I've been doing this for 2 years nearly.
okay. Oh wow.
Yeah,
Okay.
So this tour in particular really picked up from last year. So yeah, I think we had around 200 and something people join the tour over less than a year. So it's been pretty good.
What are some of the things that people who take the tour really like about it? What is the things that stand out?
I think like two main things really. Like the first one, I think we were speaking about it before, where people might not kind of have the confidence themselves to kind of go into a local bar and speak to the local people. So kind of coming on one of these tours kind of gives them the opportunity to break the ice, if you will, just venture in and see what it's like. So I think that's one main reason why they join. And secondly, just to get that real kind of local interaction, I think, like, and experience a really authentic part of Japan. Like, I
Right.
think, particularly in Sendai, sort of down towards the station, it's kind of just like another big city, like Tokyo. A lot of the restaurants are kind of like chain restaurants. Like you can go in and there's an English menu and like there's pictures and things so you can easily understand what you're ordering and everything like that. But it's kind of more fun, I think, sometimes to challenge yourself and kind of get off the beaten track, as they say, and just venture in somewhere where there's only the local people.
Right.
Yeah.
Where the local people are, and that's what's downstairs.
Yeah, exactly.
I do think that, like, as I said, having a guide is really important, especially if you're new to an area, to discovering something that you might not be sure about. And like when I first came to Japan, I was really intimidated too because I was afraid of making a mistake.
Right, exactly.
Right. And if you're with somebody who knows a little bit more than you, and this is another reason why I like to make YouTube videos to try to introduce an area, so you feel more comfortable when you do come here on going into a place that would make people feel uncomfortable, because you shouldn't really. What was it? Fortune favors the bold. So if you have the guts, I was gonna say the B word. If you have the guts to go into a place and explore something new, you're gonna be rewarded with something really incredible, which is an experience. Or you're gonna get taken advantage of, and someone's gonna steal all your money, and you end up. No, this doesn't happen here. It's Japan.
No, it's
Remember what
Japan.
country that you're in. This is Japan, okay?
So safe, so safe.
It's pretty safe. Don't let your guard down completely, but Japan is probably safer than where a lot of people are watching this from, which is even the city of Tokyo. So that's good to know.
Like in a bar like this, like I don't recommend it, but if you were to leave your wallet behind, like it would come back to you the next day for sure. It's
Right.
yeah.
This is a chicken heart.
Good, right?
Yeah. This is the heart, right? I believe this is the
Yes,
heart.
it is the heart. You're correct.
Yeah.
Filled with love.
Filled with love. Yeah.
Yeah.
You know,
Or something.
I always wondered the heart emoji is wrong. It should be this.
It's totally wrong. You're right.
Isn't it right?
It's a good point, actually.
Why is the heart emoji? Who came up with
We
that?
should get to the bottom.
Hallmark? I don't know. I got lots of questions.
No. So many questions.
Hmm.
But they're pretty good hearts. So yeah, again, this is a good place for the adventurous that want to try something a bit different.
This is great yakitori.
Yeah.
Sendai is famous for so many things: for oysters, for gyutan, which is beef tongue, for chicken, for sake, for
Pretty much foodies, anyone who likes food.
food, for having one subway line.
Two. We have
Oh,
two
two
now.
subway lines?
It's been a while since
Oh,
we've
there
been
was
to
the
Sendai.
Tozai line, and what's the other line?
The Tozai is the new one. So
All right.
it used to be the Namboku.
Oh, the Namboku. North to south and the east to west are the two subway lines. So there's two in Sendai. But
wild.
Sendai's big enough to have two
True.
subway lines, so that's a good thing.
Yes. Yep.
Yeah.
Just. Big
Just.
enough, but yeah, it's a good size.
So before we end this live stream, is there anything that people should know about the city of Sendai? what would be your pitch to them to come to Sendai? Because a lot of people, this is off of the Golden Route,
Right,
which is
exactly.
what, Tokyo, Kyoto, Osaka, maybe a little bit of Osaka, Takayama. There's a certain area that all the tourists go to the same
Tend to
place
go
over and
to,
over again.
exactly, yeah.
Why should people add Sendai to the map?
Sendai. I think, I mean, it sounds really cliche and I hate saying it, but for me, I feel like Sendai and kind of the Tohoku, the north part of Honshu, this part of Japan, it feels kind of more like the real Japan to me. Like, I think even last year there was only 1.3% of international tourists come to this area, so you very rarely see other tourists.
Holy
So-
smokes, 1.3%.
Yeah, it's not a lot, so it's still very much like a hidden part of Japan.
So that means during this pandemic, since tourism is down to like 99.9%, like nobody.
Yeah, it's not actually been that bad up here in that sense. Like they don't rely that much on
Right.
international tourism, but
Right.
yeah,
That's a pretty small amount.
You kind of have Japan to yourself, if that makes any sense.
Yeah, up
and-
here in Tohoku is really special.
Yeah, so Sendai's a really good place to kind of base yourself as well to explore the north part of Japan. So that's what I'd recommend it for sure.
This is what makes this so important. I
Oh,
came
you
here.
got the pass. I haven't
Yeah,
used it
you haven't-
yet.
you haven't seen it
No,
yet?
I'm so excited about
This is why I got this pass here
Nice.
because it opens up Tohoku, and as I said, 99.9% of the tourists are not coming. If you're living here in Japan,
This is
grab
your
one of
chance.
these.
This is your
12,000 yen allows 3 days of unlimited Shinkansen travel, including Sendai.
Yep. It's the best. I know. I think that's the one sad thing about living here. You can't have the JR pass, but now we can.
And if you live in Osaka, I'm so sorry. You got to come to Tokyo in order to start the pass. But once you do,
Yes.
it opens up all the entire north. And in fact, if you were thinking of going to Hokkaido, which is not covered in the pass, you can go up to Aomori, take the ferry to Hakodate. And that in itself is a pretty cool adventure.
for
So
sure.
I want to say thank you to JR for making this pass because I've been living in Japan for 23 years and only 3 or 4 times in those 23 years did I have a pass that I could use.
Right.
We do have the Tokyo wide pass, which we've been
Okay.
able to use for about 5-6 years now. That unlocks a small area around Tokyo, but this unlocks like the entire north. So I encourage Japan East, JR East, to keep on making
Yes,
passes
please.
and inspiring
That'd
us
be
to travel
amazing.
to new places
Yeah.
because that's what I do for a living.
Yeah, I don't know.
Get lost.
Please, yeah. It's the only way to travel Japan. Get lost.
Get lost.
Wander
And apparently Sendai, with only 1.3%
Yes.
of the
International
tourists, you are lost. If you find yourself on the train in Sendai,
True.
you probably
You're lost.
totally missed Tokyo and overshot, and you're blessed to be in Sendai because
Yes.
there's some pretty cool
There's
things
some
here.
great stuff to see. Yeah. Great food, great nature, great
Matsushima's
people.
nearby,
Yes. Yeah.
Great sake.
good
Yeah,
sake,
great sake.
morning
All of that.
market, cow's tongue, and if you haven't eaten it, it's really good. And then, wow, the people are pretty friendly. What's that?
Zunda mochi.
Zinda mochi.
For
Yes.
my vegan friends out there.
Oh yes, this is
Ah, Zinda.
Zinda mochi.
Have you tried
This
it
is.
yet?
Have I tried it? I could bathe in it. They actually have it at Haneda Airport as well now.
Yeah.
This is famous from this started in Sendai, which is like a sweet edamame like pulp
Paste kind of, yeah.
on top of mochi,
So good. So good.
and they make it as a drink.
Yes. I was gonna say they have the shake now. You have to try.
They had it as a Kit Kat. Do you know about that?
It's a recent one, but yeah, yep.
Zunda.
That's when you know you've made it, when you're a Kit Kat flavor.
Sounds like Zumba, which is the exercise regime. you know?
I recommend the
Zunda.
Zunda more, but yeah,
Zunda's better than the Zumba.
definitely.
Have some Zunda, then do some Zumba.
Zumba,
Yeah.
yeah.
So there you have it. Sendai's pretty much stacked. If you're interested in taking this drinking
Yes,
tour,
come visit.
all right,
We'll be waiting for you.
and
Yeah.
you're with the Tohoku
Tohoku Local Secret Tours.
local secret tours.
Yes.
I'll put a link in the
Vegan
description.
tours.
Yes, and we do vegan and vegetarian tours.
And just vegan tours.
Yeah.
That's why she's here. She's happy in the back.
Yay, food
We-
for everyone.
You finally look awake now.
Now
Ah.
she's had some sake.
She's had some booze. See, it loosens everybody up. Stay safe, stay positive wherever you are in the world. I'm really happy that you could join us for this live stream. Before we end here, hold on a second. Scott, thank you. Cheers from Michigan. Let me buy you a beer. Thank you. Beer. I'm drinking sake, but I will go back actually to beer. We're gonna have one more offline.
Yeah.
Thanks for that, Scott. If you do have any questions, leave them in the comments below. Click the thumbs up if you like this kind of content. This is maybe the 4th or 5th time that I've done sort of a bar hopping,
Oh, nice.
going from one place to another. I think there's one in go from Miyazaki and another one from Kochi actually, and Oita. Yeah, so there's some places where I've introduced some of the local cultures, which is interesting because once you get to know an area and a local place and you feel comfortable with it by watching a video, it's a little bit easier to walk through the door because you get to know who's behind it, and that's something that's really good with this channel. So definitely give it a thumbs up and subscribe to it. We'll see you in the next live stream tomorrow morning. Bye bye. Actually, Kiara, will you be there tomorrow morning?
Yes.
Yes, I wish I was. I want to come and have breakfast. But have some for me.
We might be drinking all night long. That's for tomorrow. All right, see ya, everybody.
Bye.
Bye bye.